Hi, I'm Terry Smith, Global Partner Solutions Director at SUSE. One of the greatest privileges in my role is the ability to work with amazing partners to address the real-world challenges that our customers face. And it is a great pleasure to be here with you today to discuss how, together, Passbolt and SUSE deliver enterprise secrets management.
And Max here, so head of customer relation at Passbolt. So yeah, tech guy, sales guy, support guy. So yeah, the go-go gadget of Passbolt. So yeah, we're also delighted to work with SUSE on that presentation and also on all the other projects that we are working on together. So yeah, looking forward for a bright future. Terry, I let you continue.
SUSE's mission is to transform open source innovations into enterprise solutions that give our customers choice in how they solve their challenges. SUSE got its start more than 30 years ago when we created the world's first commercial, hardened, and supported Linux operating system, SUSE Linux Enterprise Server. We continue that tradition of innovation today. We deliver a broad range of open source infrastructure software solutions that help enterprises streamline their Linux operations, modernize with cloud-native container and Kubernetes management, and safely harness AI, whether you're in the data center, in the clouds, or even at the edge. SUSE solutions combine the innovation of open source with the reliability to support mission-critical workloads. SUSE leverages a certified supply chain and trusted build processes that allow us to deliver the tools enterprises need to ensure that they are secure and compliant with regulations and industry standards. And SUSE enables organizations to modernize, optimize, and streamline their IT operations across their landscapes. Today's webinar features SUSE's flagship operating system, SUSE Linux Enterprise Server. SUSE Linux Enterprise is adaptable and easily deployed anywhere. It is engineered to maximize uptime and includes high availability and geoclustering features. It meets or exceeds government and industry compliance standards. A few are listed here. And SUSE Linux Enterprise Server has an enterprise lifecycle that provides predictable releases. And up to 19 years of world-class support per version is available.
Thanks, Terry. I will start, sorry about that, with a bit of scary statistics. But yeah, indeed, 81% of data breaches starts with password issue. So it's not sophisticated cyber attacks. It's not complex vulnerability that are exploited, but just passwords. When you take any IT teams, they are dealing with so many credentials, service account, APIs keys. And then after you take that and you multiply it by the number of projects, clients, environment, and you can understand that they will deal with a lot of credentials. But not only technical teams. If you think about it, since this morning, like how many passwords did you use to access systems? And if you extend that to your team, like how many passwords do they share to each other, and how are they sharing this, like through chat, spreadsheets? Yeah, and you know already that there is an issue, and most of the time, what we hear is that yeah, we will fix it tomorrow, until tomorrow becomes too late, and then after you become part of that statistics. So that's why we. Among other reasons, we start building Passbolt to solve this critical problem without adding complexity to manage your passwords. So what is Passbolt? It was introduced in 2017, 18. It depends on the type of product we are talking about, but yeah, we are an international team based in Luxembourg, where we help more than 400,000 daily active users worldwide. And we have built Passbolt around 3 principles. The first one is about security. Security not as a feature, but really as a foundation of the product. We use proven encryption standards such as GPG, and you keep control of your keys when for the encryption and the decryption of your secrets. So you can come with your own keys. This is completely possible thanks to those standards. And from also a security perspective, we have more than a dozen of independent security audits that are publicly available for you to fact check what we are saying about our security and our product. So yeah, feel free to reach out or to go to our website if you want to know more. We are also from a couple of years SOC 2 Type 2 certified, and by the end of this year, we will have also ISO 27001. And we do believe that security needs to be earned and not just a statement on a website or on a marketing campaign. Second, we give you full control of your data. So that's why privacy by design is there. We are 100% open source. So every code of the application from the clients to the server is completely open source and is also built to work natively for Linux. So that's mean if you want to host it on your own data center, inside your own cloud, or even in a complete air-gap environment, it's without internet, it's completely possible. There is no telemetry, no data that are coming to our server. Like you have absolutely full control of your data, because we do believe that your environment, your rules. The third principle, which is the collaboration, I want to talk a little bit deeper about it. When we think about password manager, if you already use some, you know that they are built around those concepts of vault, which are just basically a collection of passwords that are put together, and then you add permission to that vault. So it's pretty rigid and it does not scale really well. So us at Passbolt, we took a different approach, where every secret that can be password, API key, TOTP, or whatever, is encrypted individually with the key of the user. So each one of them. So that means that then after, when you want to organize them, you can use groups for departments, folder for projects, tags for environments, whatever makes sense for your organization. And if you want only to share a specific portion of your tree, it's fairly easy, and it's completely customizable. Since each secret got its own permission, it's very easy to share one specific element to respect the principle of security, which is you only access what you need and not more. Then also, one of the stuff that is crucial, it's take the example that inside companies there is always a lot of movement, people joining team, leaving team, or leaving company, and the questions always arise, which is like, what did they have access to? Like, what do we need to rotate in order to ensure that this password is secure, because we rotate it because this person may have copied the password on the side or put it into another system. So you need to know that. So the expiry feature that we built allows you to know when you remove a permission, mark the password as expired. That way, you will have an indication that you need to rotate it because there is a potential risk. So these rules can also be customized in a sense that you can also say, I want also to mark that password to expire after a certain amount of day or after a specific date. So there is different trigger that you can put in place to ensure that you always have the right information about if a password needs to be rotated or not, based on your standard from your company. Accessing passwords, it's not only through the browser. You can also use the native apps that we have on mobile for Android and iOS, but we also have clients that are available on the Windows Store. And for the web, for us, it is mandatory to use a browser extension. Why? Because in order to guarantee a true end-to-end solution and encryption, this is why we are using a browser extension, because the browser extension will be responsible to all the cryptographic operation, the encryption, the decryption. It will also hold the encrypted private key of each user as a safe for this private key. And it prevents you, for instance, if an attacker compromise your server to inject malicious code into the cryptographic operations, since this is deported to the browser extension, you cover with that. And on top of it, it will also give you the possibility to inject those credentials into web forms on website or web applications. So yeah. And Passbolt server itself is just a JSON API. So I mentioned different clients, such the browser, the mobile, and the Windows app. But your technical teams can also use that server to use it as a secret management platform, and they can connect with command line interface, Ansible scripts. So you can interface Passbolt with your GitLab pipeline, for instance, or your Kubernetes operator. So this is made for it. And since it is open source, people can build on top of it in order to create also their own ecosystem that's work into their environments. So yeah. About the installation, so as I said, Passbolt completely open source and built for Linux deployment. So there is various way of installing Passbolt on different Linux distribution, and obviously we got official RPM packages for SUSE Linux Enterprise Server, and also mchart for Kubernetes deployment. I will mostly focus on the RPM package for that webinar. But Terry, you confirm you will have to support me one more time, maybe to do another one with Rancher.
We understand our enterprise customers are trying to modernize their landscapes and move into Kubernetes and containers. This is where SUSE Rancher Prime can help. And if we can also deploy Passbolt likewise in that environment, it streamlines all of the operations that our IT teams need to be able to do and to handle each day. So absolutely, let's look forward to a future webinar where we talk about the cloud native approach.
Great, superb. So now just show you how quick it is just to set up SUSE Linux Enterprise Server and put Passbolt on it through the RPM package. So I hope the quality will be good enough. So it is just a couple of minutes. So you will have to enter a couple of commands just to install the dependencies that will enable the repository on your server. And then right after, you will be able to use Zipper to install Passbolt and later on also update it very, very easily. So the server itself is just, as I said, a JSON API that is served by an Nginx server. And this API is connecting to a database, a MySQL or MariaDB database. So here, as you can see, I set the default credential for the installation of the database. I also configure the certificates. So you can import, obviously, your own SSL certificate in order to serve it with your Nginx server, and it will be set up automatically. So there is a couple of commands here. Now installing all the dependencies for the server, and that's it for the command line. You switch to the Nginx server to configure through the web installer. So you put the subscription key for the pro version. You configure your database credential in order that the API can communicate with the database. Here you create the keys for the server. You configure your SMTP. So we support a variety of different SMTP server. So yeah, it's pretty straightforward. And now you create your first admin user. So you will arrive here, and I will pause just a little minute. I explained that we use GPG, and you have control access of your keys. So here the first screen that you see. So now you are on your Passbolt server, and you are configuring your first admin users. You have the possibility either to let your browser extension to generate a random GPG keys, or, as I said, you can also import yours. So I have some, because I do that on all day long. So I import my own key. I just set my master passphrase in order to decrypt my key. And here we do propose also to have a security token. So this security token will appear anytime you need to enter your master password to ensure that this is not an attacker who is making a false that is doing a phishing attack and show a false Passbolt server. So that's why here you choose a color and 3 characters that only you can know, because this information is stored again on your browser extension. So imagine if it was on the server, it can be easily compromised and make you think that you are connecting to your server, where in fact you are basically giving the master password of your private key to an attacker. And yeah, that's it. Then after you have it configured, you have HTTPS that is working. You can start to create your password, but that, to be honest, I will show it after the live demo, because I don't want to look too fake that I record everything. So that's about it. Yes. So, as I said, Passbolt server by default is just a simple Nginx server, which contain, but on the server, it will contain the database, it will contain the JSON API, and you will need to have an SMTP server to send notification to your user when you do account creation, to also check the identity of the newcomer. So this is the first layer of security. And then your user will connect directly to it. So this is nice. This is quick and easy, but we also know that from an enterprise standpoint, this is not enough, because you may have some SLAs that you want to respect, like what happened if the server is not available anymore, what happened if you have some disaster that are happening on the data center. So you need to have insurance that you need to be able to access your password at any point of time. So that's why, since it's open source, you can build on top of this scalable and simple architecture by adding a couple of elements. So for instance, if your system is publicly available, you can put a WAF in order to filter the connections that are coming in. You can put a load balancer in order to distribute the request to the different web server that are coming to your Passbolt servers. You can also put another proxy for your database in order to go to the replica, to the failover server, in order to ensure that you will always have your data available. And then you can also have an LDAP server that's going to be there to synchronize users and groups in order to let's say put the golden source of who access the Passbolt server this information is given by the LDAP server. So that means that you don't need every time you offboard or onboard someone to go inside Passbolt and do it. You can synchronize it with your LDAP server, and it will be done automatically. So yes, here this is just one example as of many and plenty of different options that are there. I just giving one, let's say, popular architecture that our client and user are using for when they try to put some high availability in place. But obviously, there is plenty of different options. So yeah, this is again, this is just an example. All right, just a moment. I need to switch screen. Okay, let's start. So the idea here is to show you the tool, how it's work, like how you can import passwords, how you can share those, and go a little bit through all the interface in order for you to understand how it's working. So here I'm on the login screen. As you can see, you can have either a single sign-on, and we do support different types of OpenID Connect, so Azure, Google Workspace, any type of platform that is compatible with OpenID Connect, it's possible. So in just one click, you will be able to click and access the system. So here I have a couple of passwords, but let's ignore those. Let's take the assumptions that you are using KeePass, because by experience, vast majority of our user base is coming from the key passwords. So KeePass is an excellent tool, don't get me wrong, but it's just an encrypted file. So that's mean if you want, here I have a list of folders that represents client folders for the scope. If you want to just share one specifically, one client structure, you will need to duplicate the file, create a new KeePass file, and then after you will lose control if someone edit a resource inside this KeePass. So in terms of synchronization, this is not ideal. Moreover, you can't know if someone access password, edit, delete. So there is no life cycle of what happened to the KeePass file. So this is one of the main reasons also why we have created Password, because we are coming from that world. So here I'm gonna import my KeePass file. You can also import a CSV file if this is what you have. Like I was saying before, when you exchange password through spreadsheets, you can convert these spreadsheets to CSV, and that's gonna work. Okay, so here I'm gonna import my KeePass file, enter my, as you can see, very complex KeePass password for this demo. Continue. So here, I have a couple of passwords, but since everything is done at the client level, so this is my browser and my browser extension that is doing all the cryptographic operation. So yeah, as you can see here, all the encryption of the 800 password I already done, and now all the folder has been scanned and pushed to the API. So all of those are API operation. So I wanted to take 800 password and 600 folders in order for you to see on my, it's working on my machine right now. It's just a Docker container, but it's just for you to see, like, even though you have a couple of hundreds of resources, it's not taking that long to import all the different elements. So here, obviously, on my VM, it's taking a little bit of time, but yeah, if you, as we were talking before, if you have like a load balancer that will distribute the load, obviously the speed gonna be way better. And yeah, the browser extension here will do all the cryptographic operations. All the interface also is served by this browser extension. So this is not only just to do autofill of passwords. This is way much more, and mostly related to security reason. Here we go. We now have our passwords and folders that are synced. So here we have the folder, and as you can see, I have some noise with me. I am only interested into that specific folder. So you could either drag and drop this, but you have also the options if you want to click on those and delete without deleting the item. It would just delete the folder itself. But yeah, that let's ignore it for the moment. So I can remove those. So I have now my list of all the clients that I have. And let's imagine now that I just want to perform a sharing to my sales team. So I click on that specific client and I said, okay, that's gonna be for my sales team. So here it's gonna show like different groups or even individuals. So that's up to you. And those groups and users, they can come from an Active Directory, but I will show you that after. You have three types of permission that are possible here inside this view. So either you give a read-only capability to this group, so they will be only able to consume passwords and see the folder structure. Update capability, so they can modify any resources, like edit passwords, even delete them, or even add new password inside a folder. So if you have an update capability on a folder, you can add or remove password into it. The differences between update and ownership is that only owners can change the permission. So they can here change existing permission, or they can add or remove group or users. Only owner can do that. And owners, you can have as many as you want. It's not necessarily like the one that initially create the password or the folder. It can be anyone. So here, let's say I will just give a read-only to my sales team, because they are only consumer. So it will take all the passwords and it will encrypt all the passwords, all those 33 passwords with each individual. So everyone will got his own version of each of those passwords. So now this one is there. So if I switch to my Betty account that is part of the sales team. So here you can see like all the groups that you are a member of. And yeah, here I can only see the client folder that I have access to. So that's mean the parent folder is not accessible for her. the siblings, the folder at the same levels are not accessible for her. And I can even say, as an owner, since I can change the permission, I can even say, okay, they are in the sales team. Why would they go to network? Okay, even like vast majority of the folder here are not really relevant for the sales team, but okay, it's bear with me, please. So I remove the sales team here. So it will remove the resources for that user. So I'm just waiting. Up, done. And as you can see, if I click on the folder, boom, it is instant. Like you don't need to log out, log in, or wait for a synchronization. Like the sharing is instant, because behind the scene, what is happening is that the version of that password for that user are deleted. So it's a true revocation of access. It's not just cutting an access to an existing vault or whatnot. On our side, everything is done at the password level, as I said. So it's a true revocation of access when I remove access for a team or user. Let's go to communication asset, and okay, let's say I click on I just access this password. So here I can see the password for that user, and if I go back to it, also for my user, if I click on it and I go to activity, here I will have all the life cycle. So every time someone access a password, change permission, and so on. So you will see everything. So here we can see that I changed the permission, and that Betty access to the passwords. Even if I edit the password, for instance, here it's fair, and I want like a stronger password with emoji, because why not? Huh? It's just emoji are just text. It's just text. So I edit, and now I reload just the activity section, and yeah, we can see that I have accessed the password, because in order to edit it, I need to access it, update, and update the item. So, and this is also visible for Betty. Yep. Now let's do something else, just for you to see like the expiry feature. So now take into consideration I have a movement, and Betty is leaving the sales team because she's not part of that team anymore. So yeah, I have a lot of noise here. Where are my sales? Let's imagine now I edit the group and I remove Betty from that group. So that means that now she loses instantly access to those resources, because since she got access to that folder through the sharing, she won't be able to see it anymore. And more than that, if you now go back to this one, you will see that this password has been marked as expired. Why? Is because, as I explained, since she accessed the password, so click on it, view it, decrypt it, and since we removed the permission, this password is marked as expired, and we can still see the emoji. They are still there, and it's still possible for you to access it. But at least you have an indication of an expiry for that specific password. So yeah, you can say that, okay, but I have no visual indication, so like it's gonna be a treasure hunt to know that this password is expired. But first you have a email notification that will bring you there, and you have also the expired place here. And you can see, for instance, in the where is it? Yeah, here. So yeah, you can see it, and even if you system GIMP, like here you can it will look inside the location, inside also the name, or even inside the URL. So all of those elements are searchable. So that's also another thing. If you want to retrieve, let's for instance imagine I want to retrieve like okay, let's go here. in account, invoice inside the ciphermatics. So if we do like a as we said, like ciphermatics, and we said invoice, and that way like it will only list this invoice for this specific client. And if I remove the client, I will have like all the invoice that are there. So that way you are able to, and it can also be done with the username. So here I just looks for Antonelli, Anto, voilà, and it will filter you like only the password you need. So the search is pretty powerful. So when you have like a lot of credentials, it's easier also to use the search. And you can even use tag if you even wants to refine the search for it. So creation, you can create password, you can create UTP, and more content type will be available in the upcoming version 5. Administration, so I mentioned users and groups, so you can synchronize your with your Active Directory. So here I have an example with my Open LDAP, where you can see like all the structure with all the groups. Okay, so those are pretty big groups, but it was just to test. But you can refine, you can use groups filter, user filters. So this is pretty powerful if you want just to synchronize only a portion of your LDAP tree. There is plenty of policies that are available for your MFA, for your password policies. So different type of multi-factor are available. And keep in mind also that password is already multi-factor, because since you have a private key that is encrypted, this is a possession factor. And since you have also a master password to decrypt that private key, this is a knowledge factor. So there is already two-factor authentication, but you can add a third one here, or you can also use one from the single sign-on that you enforce it into the single sign-on. I'm not going to go through all of the elements, but yeah, you have also airbag if you want to restrict some of the action for the users. The password expiry, we saw it already a couple of times. So yeah, in a nutshell, that's it. Just to say, you can also use your mobile application, native mobile application, and Windows app, but I already talked about it. So that's about it for my demo. We are very thrilled with the partnership that we are building with SUSE, and I'm really also looking forward to connect to you and do a deeper demo if you are interested. So please reach out to us through emails or through the QR code that there is at the end of the presentation. And now I give the mic to Terry to give the last word. Thank you.
Follow the link or scan the QR code at the end of this presentation, and visit SUSE.com to learn more about our enterprise software solutions. Thank you.